What is success? It's a question that's always there on our minds. We love listening to successful people and their stories. But often what we really miss out are those success mantras. Mantras that make these people truly successful and allow them to live their lives on their own terms. Well, on this show, we are going to address exactly that. Welcome to Trailblazers. Our guest on Trailblazers today is an inspiring personality, a man who has an intimate relationship with the world of education. An eminent educationist from Pune, Dr. Colonel A. Balasubramanian. Colonel Balasubramanian was born in a small village in Tamil Nadu, but his was not a life of fairy tales. In fact, there were many signs and events even in his childhood that would determine who he would eventually become. Let's hear it from the man himself.
I am from a remote village, in those days Tanjavur district. It is known as Kandidambete village, which is in Mannargudi taluk. My father was a farmer. My mother was a housewife. We used to work in the kheti. So I studied in my village school, which is a government school. Very good teachers. The teachers who lived in the village, who used to follow you up, who used to come to your house, who used to ask the parents how your son is doing. If you don't go one day to the school, they will come to the house. I can't explain that. See, my entire grooming started when I was in the first standard. You can't imagine in the school, it is a big village. There is a small compartment on the land they used to make for the children. And they used to say, this is your kheti. No, this is your field, now you harvest anything. So we used to put vendi, we used to do that, and it used to be used for the midday meal, that kind of teachers. The teachers used to give small chit and call the parents, and we used to mug up. So in those days we don't know the meaning. We used to read, mug up, practice. And the title of that speech was, I am a revolutionary. Then somewhere, if you feel, and then I started to go to a small library in our village. My village was rich of books. And then somewhere, if you feel, and then I started to go to a small library in our village. My village was rich of books. So that way reading habit started for me, voracious reading. Fine, after 5th we went to the next village, Alangote. There up to 8th standard. It was one of the finest schools in the country. Fine, 8th standard was over. So now for 9th you have to go to a town, Mannargudi. See, in those days the transportation facility, all those facilities were not there. So I said, I want to go for 9th standard. My father said, no, either cattle, just look after the cattle. I said, no, I want to read. He did not allow, and when I cried, he gave me good beating. So then I ran away on that. And I ran away and I joined an orphanage. The conditions in the orphanage did not allow me, to read in the night and all. Crowd of 100 people and all. So, and again I got into bad companies. In the town, picture, that kind of chakkar mein aa gaya. So I failed in 10th standard. I got only 8 marks in mathematics. Again, I ran away from there. Because now you can't go back to even home or anywhere in any case. Ran to Chennai. And there was a small temple there, Mariamman temple in Kodambakam. I was sitting there, sleeping there 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, without eating anything. And then 3rd day, one man, his name is Mahadevan, he asked me, what are you doing here? I am seeing you for 3 days, you are not going anywhere. I told him, this is how I ran away and I spent all the money. That man, he took me to a hotel. First of all, small hotel in bus stand, Kodambakam. I worked there. Now I become a very happy man. You can eat as much as you can. And you have to clean the job is also not very technical. You have to only clean the table and keep it clean, and whatever they eat, take it and wash it and keep it. That's it. With now I got 6 months experience, you know. With that I went to Vega restaurant, tourist home, just opposite that Egmore railway station. You see, I was in a very impressionable age and good looking and healthy. The moment I went, sir, I want a job. He said, what job you can do? Sir, I can clean table and wash plates. He said, okay, go on, job.
Running away from the village to an orphanage, working as a waiter and aspiring to be an actor. Quite a journey, isn't it? So who did he really become? An actor perhaps, or a waiter still? Well, Colonel Balasubramanian is a man full of surprises. He in fact went on to join the Indian Army, and his association with the army would last good 28 years. How did that story unfold? Let's listen in.
I wanted to do a Pandit course, for which I went to Mannargudi town. There I saw the board, joined the army. You know, we people have not seen army. We have seen only in the film. In our area, hardly anyone joined the army. So I went there to see how Faujis are. Good, tight, muchet. Subedar Major was standing there, all of them were standing there. Hardly any people. So he saw me. He said, hey, come here, gentlemen. Come here. Why don't you join the army? I just looked at him. See, you will have 3 days mutton. You will travel all over India. You will see the entire country. You will see Kashmir. You will see Taj. And you will get 79 rupees salary. And very big status. Now, the status really clicked on me. But I could not take any decision. He said, oh, come, stand. He took my measurement and everything. And he said, this is your ticket. And now go to Nasik. So the journey, I was not allowed to go and tell my parents and all, you know. Just I was in the knicker. With that I was sent to Nasik. Initially I was an early for a few days. Anybody who goes there, they used to rotate in those days. So I was put, but those officers were very good, excellent. And that madam asked me one day, you know, what is the difference between you and my husband? I said, madam, उनका तकदीर अच्छा है. हम लोग उसका किस्मत is good, my किस्मत is not good. No, he said no. He said study well, grow well. Education is the best. So there I am.
Colonel Balasubramanian has touched many lives and has earned respect amongst the very best. Let's hear it from them.
As a student, I would define him as a person who's really there to guide you at every step. Because as a student, whenever you say, there was 3 words Balasa used to say: dedication, determination and discipline. And there was another 4th word which he used to add, that was danda. So he's the person who keeps a danda on your head every time you're here in Balaji society. So I would say he's the person who guides you through all those 4 semesters till the end time when you get placed.
When I entered the campus first, Balasa was a one-man army based on his principles of discipline, dedication and determination. And where he has taken the institute today to great heights, it's just a testimony of what he has been able to accomplish by sticking to those principles and being humble about it. And my salutes, my respect, my total loyalty towards him of what he's been able to accomplish. One of the instances I remember with working with Balasar is printing of this college prospectus, students prospectus, placement prospectus, and sir was awake from 9 in the morning till 4 a.m. because it was supposed to go in the print next day when the printer's office started at 10 a.m. So it was amazing to see the dedication of this one-man army, I call, who would definitely empower but also would take total responsibility by being present when his presence was required.
Thinking of Bala sir, I still remember his one motto: problems are opportunities. He never, no problem could ever stop him. He always thought that the problems, he always thought problems are encouraging. I still remember when I was, studying in IIMM, I was a pioneer batch student. And at that time, during the recruitments, we were hoping many companies would come to our college for recruitments. But somehow that year was 2001, and suddenly, because of slowdown in US and other aspect in across the world, not many companies turned up. But that didn't stop Bala sir, because he then took the recruitment team and said, let's go to different colleges, let's try out tying up with different colleges and see if we can appear in those interviews, because we had a good quality number of students who had done remarkable things in the summer internship. So he took the initiative to take as many students as possible to different colleges and different companies for recruitments. And I still remember that initially our expectation of total number of recruitments was little less, but eventually it turned out that more than 100 people were placed in that year, which I consider to be pretty good.
When he was very young, he came to a school. He was best friend to his son. He studied in the school premises and devoted attention totally in the benefit of the family, and also he helped his family and also villages, because the villagers were very poor. For their benefit, he gave each family 1 lakh, 10,000, 15,000 free, because they should come forward. Very simple, very kind to all. He treated everybody equally well. So I bless him and his family to live long and do his best to service for education.
Bala is my friend from the childhood. We have studied in the elementary school to high school. He is well versed in dramatic actions. Particularly, he acted as a female character in the middle school. He studied, he got the knowledge of reading and writing and playing. He is well-versed boy in the native place. Then he went to joined in military. After that he grown up step by step in his stage. Till now he is my friend. He is well-versed and helping to the people, native people and other peoples, and giving education. And
he is the Bhishma Pitama who really, he is the soul of this institution. He is the founder, and see from where he started, where he has brought it up. I mean, and I consider these educational institutions as the great temples of democracy. So according to me, he is doing much greater service than the so-called prime ministers of this country or members of the cabinet.
Professor Balaji, who has always been my inspiration in terms of taking on any entrepreneurial challenge, whether it is in industry or academia, and making it successful.
What a roller coaster ride it was. Here was a boy from a small village joining the Indian Army and even managing to equip himself with great qualifications. Perfect timing for Colonel Balasubramanian to hang his boots and return home a hero. But he decided otherwise. He embarked on a new journey at the age of 50, when most would give up and plan for their retirement. And this time he plunged into his true calling, education. A journey which would yield monumental success in form of Sri Balaji Society. How did that story unfold? Let's listen in.
I wanted to become a bank clerk when I retired. So in those days, it's a graduation requirement. Even now it is a requirement. So I wanted to become a graduate. I started with my BA because I never wanted to go back to mathematics side. The bitter memory of my 10th standard was there. So started pre-university, cleared, good marks, went for BA, cleared MBA, MA, I cleared. As I came in to Pune, I happened to go to a company. I saw that the company is also there. There is something known as corporate. There is something known as president, vice president, marketing manager. I got introduced to that. Remember, I am a villager. Again, most of this country people also don't know. Many of them don't know. So why not to do that? I spoke to the people there. That's what, see, for that you have to do MBA marketing if you want to be in marketing. See, the insecurity about the future also is haunting. Your children are born now, you have to look after them. Big worry is that now, from yourself, the attention goes to your children. So I said, let me do an MBA. I went to IMD. I did a postgraduate diploma in management there. Dr. Shejwalkar, Dr. P.C. Shejwalkar is the father of management movement in this part of Maharashtra. I got his blessings. After completing this, again 2 years were left for me. So joined Symbiosis, SIBM, Symbiosis Institute of Business Management. I did there, I passed out with flying colors. Again, I went back on posting. The 10 years is over in the military people, you have to keep on traveling here and transferring. I went there. So on one of the occasions when I came to Pune, I met our director, Dr. Jarjuda. He said, hey, what are you doing? I have to say something, sir. I am in the army. He said, the hell, you have done triple post-graduation. What are you doing in the army? Just to tell him, sir, what to do, sir? I should get a job now to come out. He asked me, would you like to join me? I said, sir, yes, sir. So that's how the journey started. When I was brought, when I came here on a leave I came. And I was presented before Dr. S.P. Mujumdar. He saw the CV. He said, join straight away. So, fine, worked in SIBM, learning quite a lot. And I saw in the process a lot of army officers running here and there for admission of their children. Colonel Sahab log, Brigadier Sahab log. But these people, nobody used to bother about them. And that started working in my mind. Can't we do something? In fact, myself, Professor Pillai sir, and Shachi, Satish, Inamdar, we all met on this. Can we do something on this concept? But we had only idea, no money. So I came to in contact with Dr. Mujumdar. When I was there, I got into the hostel, and hostel brought me closer to him. We started to interact as frequently as possible. And in one of the occasions I said, why don't we start an exclusive institute for the children of armed forces?
Professor Balasubramanian, whom we call Bala, is an interesting person. He is not an individual. He is not an institution. But Bala is a phenomenon. And phenomenon which is similar to a thunder. Bala said, sir, there are lakhs of officers in the army, navy and air force. But because of their frequent transfers, the education of their children suffers. So I asked him, so what? He said, sir, I have an idea. And what was his idea? He said, if we start institution, department for the children of defense personnel, it will be a great service not only to the army officers but also to the country. I liked his idea. But merely I liking the idea was not enough. I had to convince the director of Symbiosis Institute of Business Management. But somehow he was reluctant. But persuasive as Bala was, he again came to me. And he said, sir, the director doesn't want a special course for the children of army officers because he says there is no place in his institute, and which was true. So he had an ingenious idea. He said, then in that case, let us start that course in High School of Symbiosis, which is located on 15th Lane. So Bala was a student in SIBM, then a faculty in SIBM, then HOD of one department in SIBM, and now a director of Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies.
So I left Symbiosis, again now I am on the street. Now children are studying in MBA in Symbiosis. I don't know what to do. So my friends came, a lot of friends came, corporate friends. They said, let us start a B school. I said, I no money or anything. They said, we will give you money. I said, no, I can't take this. If I fail, what to do? Only idea is there. But they were so pursuing me, I also started to think, why not? 5th floor, 375 square feet place. And me and Suresh were sitting and talking. Suresh is a professor now, director academics here. We will start an institute. I wrote some 5-6 letters to the army. Say I am starting this distance learning. And a lot of applications came. 375 square feet. Now what name we have to give? We said, what is the best institute in the country now? It's the IIMS. So I wrote Indian Institute of Management. Okay, I added the word modern. Indian Institute of Modern Management, IIMM. People say I square, M square. That is how I square, M square, IIMM was started. Very good training, tough training, emotional attachment. Din aur raat. It became a big success. Flagrant spread, names, that this kind of training is being given there. It was a name everybody was talking about. And we intensified corporate interface. And see, God was helping me. The first seminar, what we organized was in Lee Meridian for a new B school. I went to Kaki Dadi Seth, who then Hindustan Liver chairman. He consented to come. I wrote to Chinese ambassador. Chinese ambassador was more than happy to come. Balasubramanian Thackeray visited the institute. That again became, in Pune I had arrived. Since the success rate was good, response was very good, started BATM, telecom. Then we started Balaji International. We call it Balaji Institute of International Business. Again we started Balaji Institute of Management and HRD. All are doing very well. Again, discipline, dedication, determination. Produce gold, it will be sold. People are stunned to see within 10, 12 years to see the remarkable growth of our alumni.
Oh, you have to think differently to think like Colonel Balasubramanian. What a vision. No wonder he's so successful today. So you hold on to his secret success mantras